Happy Friday, everyone! All right, tonight we are finishing up our cute little peach and strawberry. So we are stitching these using the silk shading or thread painting technique. This is all one strand of embroidery floss here, stitched with one strand, and we'll be finishing that up. We'll be putting his face on, and I think we're going to put a little bit of text on as well. So thanks for joining me here tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time that we can relax and craft. I'm here for about an hour and I work on projects from beginning to end so you can be part of the whole process along the crafty way. So thanks again for joining me here. This is actually from my Your Sweet Embroidery of the Month pattern. We have the full design here. I'll show you this flipped around so it's not reversed like this. But this is what we have been making. We finished the peach, and the little strawberry needs his face and the cute little white seeds on it. And I think we're gonna write like "Hi Friend" on it too. I think that might be kind of fun. So let's get going. Thanks all for joining me again here. All right, some of the designs. Let's take a look at those. Okay, first of all, here is our progress. Let me check out your comments, everyone. All right, hello, hello. Okay, so this is our, where we left off last night. We did the strawberry in 2 days here, so actually just basically one day. The first day we just did the outline around the edge, but then yesterday we stitched the entire thing. So that didn't actually take all that long, that little strawberry. We have his little face to do yet though. So here's the actual design. So it says Your Sweet. This is the embroidery of the month for Penguin and Fish. And this is the original. Here's the little strawberry. We need to get his face and all those little seeds on. But the pattern comes with how to do the silk shading technique, and just walks through the whole process, just like how we were making this over the past week. So you can keep looking at these videos too to help you with it. The pattern also comes with a simpler version. If you didn't want to go into the realm of the silk shading, you can still have fun with the design here. So there's instructions for that version as well. I didn't think we'd be able to finish all of that in 1 week, so I decided to just do the peach, and then we had enough time, so we did the strawberry as well. So there we are. I'm really liking this kind of gradient in the strawberry. I don't know if you guys can tell that it's just a little pinkier on top there. Just kind of fun. So we're going to do that tissue paper technique of transferring our strawberry design on here. It's the same as what we did with the face for the peach. And I'm going to just take the original pattern here and just a piece of, this is just like a Kleenex. This is like a 1-ply Kleenex. It was 2-ply, but I took 1-ply out, so you can see through it. It's easy to tear. So I thought we would just trace the design onto here, and we would stitch this to our fabric. It's like a tearaway stabilizer is what we're doing, except for it's not really a stabilizer. So I'm going to just trace the outline of the general shape just so I know where to place it. But let's get where the face and everything would be. Okay, let's get all these little pieces. I suspect since my Kleenex here is pretty delicate, I may have to do this twice. Like if I stitch all the seeds, it might tear. So we might have to do a second one for the face maybe, but I think that's all I need there. It's cute. It's cute without his little hair on top. All right, let's, getting messy over here. I'm gonna just tear carefully around the outside here. I don't think I need all of that extra there. And we are going to just place it on top of our shape here so I can see through it really well because it's just thin tissue paper. And it's just going to sit on there like that. And I'm going to actually stitch this paper down. And I think I'm going to do the little seeds first. So I'm going to grab some white. Almost thought I didn't have white here, but it just disappeared into the table. Had a little mini panic there. We have other white. We would have been able to make it work, but we haven't used the white yet. Let's get our little piece. We hardly need anything, I'm guessing. This is a little, maybe, I don't know, 14-inch piece or so. Kathy is saying, hello, fellow crafters, and yes, hello, everyone. I am happy you are here with me this Friday for some craftiness. It's a nice way to end the week, I think. Finish up a project, just chill and craft for a little. All right, so I'm going to just start. I should maybe made this a little longer, but I'm going to start by kind of basting my tissue paper down. And basting is just when you kind of temporarily hold something in place. And so I'm going to just do that with some stitches of this white floss. I'm going to just go all the way around. Kind of hold it there so it stays. Because I just need this to stay in place. I think if I just start stitching, it'll just move around all over the place. It's already kind of moving around, but I think we're actually still fine. It's kind of, I think my strawberry ended up being a little bit smaller after stitching it than what the design is now. But there we go. Now it's kind of held there, and I'm going to just stitch all of these little white lines in. I almost need it's right in the middle of the hoop. I should actually move the hoop a little bit because it's hard to reach, but I think we'll get it. Just going to go from the top, or from the top down, I think. Get all those little threads. So these are just little single tiny stitches. Hoping it'll look good. They're so small, itty bitty seeds. It's been really fun stitching with this single strand of embroidery floss this whole time. It's just, I don't know, it feels special. Sylvia's saying the burgers are almost done. Nice. We ordered some pizza tonight. I think we got our pizza situation down right now. There's this place near us that we like. Our favorite place was closed for a while, and they don't deliver. They pick up. But our second favorite place does delivery, and they're really nearby, so the delivery is super fast. But they also have some really great salads. So we've been getting a smaller pizza and then loading up on the salads, the good salads, and then we don't feel so bad, or we physically don't feel bad either when we have like the giant salad along with the pizza. So I feel like we're being sort of good. Oh, I think I lost my stitch down here. Holding the paper down, but I think we're holding it down good enough right now. This is fun. All these little tiny baby stitches. We can add more if we want after we get this sheet up later, the tissue paper. But I like this tissue paper technique. I mean, it's a little awkward, but the reason I'm doing it is so we can place these stitches in the right spot, right? Because because we filled in this whole shape with stitches, so can't exactly see through our thread to where we traced the smile on and stuff. I actually didn't even bother tracing the face on this strawberry. I just traced my, directional lines and left it at that. Oh, Sylvia made a salad too to go with the burgers. Good on ya. I think we just have like 2 more seeds. Did I get them all? I think there's one here. Oh, I think I missed one right. I'm just poking up until I find the right spot. And one more. All right, there. Ooh, where did my eyes go? I think I see them. All right, so that's it for the white. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to just come up and park my thread. Actually, I'm going to take the needle off, but I'm going to just bring this up, and then when I'm done with the black, I will weave in all of the ends. I will snip this thread away and weave in that end, and then I'll weave in this end. But for now, it can just chill up there. I'm going to get the black. I have this little piece left. Is this enough? I don't know. That doesn't seem quite enough. I'm going to pull a new piece from here. That looked like I'd be in playing chicken territory, and I don't want to play chicken. Oh, dang, Sylvia says I make my own bread for pizza and burgers. That sounds so amazing. Oh no, Sue's having tech issues. She did a big update and got booted off. Boo! Alright, I'm glad it's working now. Okay, I think again I'm going to just, instead of weaving in the end right now, I'm going to just do an away knot. And I will weave in all the ends in a bit. Weaving it later allows me not to have to flip over my design. I don't want to flip it over and like disrupt my tissue paper here or anything. So I'm going to go way over here from the front. Ooh, I got all these little spare little bits everywhere. Here's another. Spare fuzzles. Okay, I think I'm going to start with the little French knot eyes to get those done out of the way. So one is right about there. Oh, this is going to be cute. So I'm going around twice and going back in a little ways away, or like a couple threads away from that first bit. Cute. There we are. And the second dot is about right here. So I'm not worried again about being able to see this black thread behind my stitches because, behind the fabric, because I do have so many stitches. All those strawberry pink and red stitches will block it. Cute. There's our 2 little French knots. All right, so I'm going to do that smile, and the smile I'm going to do in the same way that I did the other one. I'm going to do that split back stitch, or that pierced back stitch. So I'm going to take little stitches. That was maybe a little bit big. We'll see what it looks like. I fixed the one eye on the peach after I stitched it, so if this looks weird, I can always do some baby adjustments with it, maybe. So I'm splitting the stitch. Just to make it a little more organic, and kind of it's the stitch we've been using for this whole thing for outlining and stuff, so I think it's kind of fun to continue using it. I'm doing a back stitch, but I'm going a little further and stabbing my thread. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to, let's park this. let's take the tissue paper off first, and then we'll weave in all these ends. I just kind of want to take this off. Typically, I would probably weave in the ends first, so I'm not like pulling the stitches out, but I want to get access to my white thread here. Cool. All right, and this tissue paper, like this Kleenex, just tears really easy. I mean, you still need to be careful. You know, a little, especially with all these little stitches, this might be a little bit of a challenge to get all the pieces out. I don't have a tweezers. A tweezers would help this quite a bit. Oh, it seems like it's coming off fine here, though. He's cute. All right, that all came out just fine. I think this French neck I kind of pushed down a little bit. I'm going to try and pull him up a hair. There, I think that looks a little bit better. All right, I think that looks pretty cute. Hi, feller. Little piece of tissue right here still. Just grab that with the needle. All right. I'm going to try to just pull that other one down a little bit because my one French knot seems a little bit smaller, so I'm just going to pull on this second one, see if I can shrink it down a little bit. Yeah, I think it looks fine. Cute. There we are. All right, so let's weave in these ends. Got a lot of this black left. Just a couple little stitches to weave in. Snip this guy off. Sylvia's asking if we can make pins out of them. I think we could. You could either fuse them or glue them onto like a piece of felt and then stitch around the edge, probably. Yeah, you could cut a piece of felt. You could even cut like a piece of leather that's the same size of the back, and then almost like needle turn, like cut it, and then tilt like press the edges in, and then kind of glue it down, and then put a pin on. You could do that. I think the easiest way is probably just get a piece of felt and stitch them to the piece of felt, and then put a pin on the felt. But yeah, you totally could. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I think I'm going to, well, for sure, I want to put that little text on, like the hi friend text. I think that would be kind of fun. So we'll do that next. We'll try and write some text out because we have a bunch of time here yet. And then I don't know after that. Little pins would be fun. Boop. All right. Pretty clean back. I'm impressed with the silk shading back. I mean, that's not bad at all. You really could just put some glue right on the back here so all the stitches are down, and then just throw a pin on there right away too. It'd probably be best to put some other piece on there though to protect it a little bit. All right, so here are our two little friends. Oh, those little seeds are fun. I like I like the seeds. All right, so I would love to say like hi friend on here still. I think that would be kind of fun. So why don't we play around with that? Um, got all these fuzzles and needles everywhere. So I'm thinking just like something super small. I'm gonna write it on like a piece of paper here first. Let's see, we could give it a try. Like we could do. This might be a little bit big. I'm not sure I like. I'm not sure I want to do it in cursive like this. I think I just want to do like little text. I'll show you this in a sec. Maybe little tall text. And then we can do it with our itty bitty one strand of floss. Like itty bitty. Let's see what that looks like. I'm just going to kind of cut it and place it on. We can play with this type a little bit. Let me know if you think I should be able to adjust it. Oh yeah, we could do a chain stitch refresher too. They're just like really small like that, and maybe there's a little like speech line going down to the strawberry or something. We can give that a try. All right, let's stitch this up quick, and then we can do a chain stitch, a chain stitch refresher, so you guys can stitch this one, or if you wanted to do the text with the chain stitch. So this one is using primarily chain stitches. So this outline of the peach and the strawberry are chain stitches, and then the inside of the big fat parts of the letter, those are chain stitch as well. So we could stitch maybe one of these letters, like maybe this Y. That's a pretty cute letter. We could stitch that. I could just draw it down here, and we can give that a go. All right. So I'm going to just do what we did the other night. I'm going to just take a piece of tape and tape that on and just trace it. I think this is fine, this little hi friend. I don't think we need to do anything more than this. It's kind of cute. Probably should center it kind of like this, right? Hi friend. Or is this just silly? Should I not be doing this? I think it's kind of cute. Let's just put it right there. How about there? All right, so I'm going to just trace with my pencil here. Maybe that should be capital. We're doing it like this, the end. All right, just tracing it quickly. And I want to do that teeny tiny stitches that we've been doing. I think they're just fun. With that single strand of embroidery floss. Teeny baby stitches. There. That's cute, right? All right, let's do it. And then maybe we'll actually put like a little line like the strawberry saying it or something, or maybe that's weird. Maybe we won't do that. We can actually just stitch one in, and if we don't like it, we can get rid of it. It's kind of cute. All right, let's choose a color. I'm kind of thinking, I don't know. Right now I'm kind of thinking this pink would be really cute. Ooh, we're getting a mess here. I must have a piece of pink already cut. Oh, this is my last piece of pink, it looks like. Dang, we used a lot of pink then for this. That can't be. Where is it? Now, here we go. Here's my piece of pink. Here's my mess over here, you guys. So this is, I just like my crazy mess of floss that I'm pulling from here. We could make that into a, we could do the pom-pom out of there right away too if we felt like it. That's always kind of fun. All right, let's get our strand there. This works better. I think this pink's cute. Let's do the pink. Needles. Where did you run off to? Here you are. So I'm hoping I want to get some needle makers, or needle makers, some needle minders made. I think that would be kind of nice. Those are like those magnets that you put on your piece of work, so you can just boop, it'll hold your needle with the magnet while you're working, and won't get in your way. All right, I'm just gonna do an away knot here again, and we'll weave in these ends later. So I'm gonna do that split back stitch again, which is basically a reverse split stitch. So I'm going to start by kind of just doing a normal back stitch. And I'm going to make my stitches just really small because I'm using that one strand at the right, and I think it'll be cute with this itty bitty text. All right, so now for the back stitch, instead of going in right here, I'm going to go up a little further and stab right in the middle. It's so little, but I'm going to stab right in my last stitch, and that'll make it look like a split stitch. But I get to come down from the top instead of trying to come up from underneath. So this is actually way easier. And this will give us that like organic, solid looking line. It's the same stitch that we did on the stem here. And for the eyes and the mouth, we did the same thing. Oh, it's so little. Okay, love it. It's so little. Oh, Sue is saying that this would look great on a mask. I think that's, unless I missed something else, but that would be kind of fun. I was thinking of putting these fellers on a mug. I don't know, would you guys like a mug with this on? And if so, would you like a mug kind of like what we're doing here, them close together with the hi friend on it, or would you want like a mug that says you're sweet like this? I'm kind of thinking maybe this, but rearranged a little bit. But I do kind of like just these two little fellers close up. I think is kind of fun too. I suppose we could do both. Let me know if you'd be interested in something like that. I think it'd be fun to do another mug. Cute. I'm going to actually put one more, yeah, I didn't go low enough with that last stitch, so I'm going to just put one more stitch, and I think this is a little lower, but oh well. It's kind of funny. Oh, there, that looks fine. It's so, like, this is how small it is. Like, here's my fingernail. This is like some tiny freaking type here. Oh, Nora says both. Oh, Amy says that she likes the hi friend one. Ooh, penguin and fish logo on a mug. Oh, that's a good idea. I would have never, well, maybe I would have never thought of that, but that wasn't the top of mind thinking, but that's a good idea. I actually want to do a whole kind of like mug, like print t-shirty, swaggy penguin fish shop. I'm working on that, but I think I can do some mugs and stuff in the meantime. I think that'd be kind of fun. All right. Let's do a little French knot for the dot. It's so little. I don't think I've stitched type this little. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've not stitched type this little, but man, this this reverse split stitch, basically this oh, that was not the greatest French knot, but it actually turned out all right. It turned into one of those bloopy French knots, and that actually looks maybe perfect for this letter I. That was kind of lucky. Maybe I can get the other one to look like that. An 80% good mug. I definitely want to do that. Yeah, one of these weekends I'm going to have to just do a whole pile of them. I have a bunch I want to do, but yeah, definitely the 80% good mug. Thanks for reminding me of that. I don't know if I would have remembered that right away. Ooh, an embroidered penguin and fish. That'd be pretty cute for a mug too. I would love to do a penguin and fish with the silk shading technique. That would be kind of fun. Oh, this little stabbed back stitch is so cute. I keep calling it different things. Let's call it a split back stitch. I think that's probably most accurate. Without me actually looking up to see what other people call it. It may be one of my new favorite stitches, I gotta say. It's pretty fun right now. Man, text takes a long time to do though. I always forget. Like it's just takes its time. We're getting there though. I can be patient. That's a good idea, Luann. I mean, yeah, you're totally right. I just got to take the time to do it. So I will definitely do that. Oh, I'm excited. I want to make a whole pile of mugs now. That'll be fun. Put one more little bit in this R. Cute. I think we'll do 2 stitches for this eye just to give it that extra thickness. I kind of squished the E right next to the I, but hopefully it doesn't look too weird. Gosh, I kind of want this one to end up a little bloopy too. I'm gonna not hold it as tightly. Ah, good, that totally worked. So I didn't hold the loop very tightly, so it did one of those kind of extra loopy French knots, which usually, I'm not going for. But in this particular case, with these dots of the eye, I think that looks really cute. Turned out nice. All right, I'm going to try and scooch this E over just a hair while I stitch. I don't know if I'll be able to do that very well. We're going to give it a try. Just get it like a thread closer to this N and away from the I. Man, after making after stitching these little tiny stitches, I totally want one of those big magnifying like lamp light deals that have the magnifier built in. I'm just like I when I took a photo, I posted a photo of this in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group today, and afterwards I'm like, oh, I guess I never looked at it that close before. There's a few gaps here and there that I could have worked on a little bit more, but I'm like, I did not see those while I was stitching. That's for sure. We are working a little itty bitty. Ooh, that's a cute idea. Yeah, it's a Penguin and Fish Crafters uh, club mug. That'd be cool. I like that. Ooh, this little E is cute. It's like a million stitches just in this little E. Oh, Sue says she loves her magnifying light. Yeah, I mean, I'm really thinking about it after this deal for sure. I don't know how I'd use that with you guys here, though. That might be a little difficult. So, and I do most of my crafting here with you guys, so maybe it still wouldn't really work. But yeah, this is some small work here. Oh, Rebecca says that Fat Quarter Shop has that magnifying light. That's good to know. I would love to start having some of those things here too, like all my favorite things, like the iron and like the wool pressing mat and stuff. I'm hoping to start getting some more supplies like that in the shop. My best friends um, in the craft room list or something. But yeah, it takes a little while to get things in, but I am working on that. Oh, that's awesome, Arloa. Arloa's uh this reminds her of a project that she did. That she got a blue ribbon at the fair. That's cool. Oh my god. There are so many stitches in these itty bitty bitty letters. I cannot believe that I'm making stitches this small. This is just crazy town. All right, let's do this D, and that will be that. I don't need punctuation in this, do I? I don't think so. I want to see just real quick after I do this D what it would look like if I put like a little like talk line, like if the strawberries talking, if that looks cute. Um, if it looks cute, then I'll take it out and I'll re-stitch it with the same split back stitch that we're using, and we'll get it there for real. We have all the windows open right now. We've been having some beautiful days. Actually, it got up a little warmer today, but still it hasn't been as humid. So we have all the windows open. I can hear all the crickets right now. Oh man, if I was at my parents' house, maybe we'd be able to hear the froggies. That would have been fun. But the crickets are pretty nice. Oh yeah, our fair is off too. They canceled it pretty early. That's one of my favorite things though, is going to look at all the animals and in the 4-H area. Oh, cool. Sue says that they have new LED lights that give you multiple options for brightness and colors. I have one picked out for my Christmas wish list. That's a good Christmas wish list item. That's for sure. Yeah, the LED lights with everything now are fantastic. First of all, they don't heat up really as much. I mean, now I have that little LED light in my sewing machine too, and dang, that was a good purchase. That was a good idea because I was accidentally touching it and burning myself. before. Gosh, and I almost used up this whole piece of thread already with this too. I put a little curved end to this D. Thought that was kind of cute. All right, I'm going to do that little test of if I want that little line. I think I might. Like if we just go like this, as if the strawberry was talking. Yeah, I kind of like that. Do you guys like that? It kind of makes it look like he's intentionally saying that. Yeah, you know what? I think it's a nice design feature. Let's do it. I'm gonna. I think I want to start it a little higher up though, and honestly I might need more thread. Let's see if we can do it with this though. Oh no, Aline says she stitches tiny all the time. You know what? Maybe I draw this line on before I do it. Let's go from here to there. So I have something to follow. There we go. That's probably helpful. We'll do a little bit bigger stitches. Just because I'm almost out of thread here. I like this stabby stitch. Ooh, I'm kind of excited to do that chain stitch as well. How's that? I think maybe one more to finish it off. There, I think that's pretty cute. It's silly. I like it. All right, I'm gonna weave in these ends just real carefully in these little baby stitches, and then we'll stitch a letter from that other design with the chain stitches. Plenty of time for that, I think. Well, these little one strands are easier to thread than trying to thread a whole pile of strands of floss. Okay, let's see what we got here. It's pretty cute. I like it. All right. I really think it's fun. It is pretty cute. All right, you guys. Let's do one of these letters as well. So I wanted to do that letter Y. I'm going to just keep cutting from here. We'll just trace it, just like how we've been doing, just because then I can keep my embroidery in the hoop. So over here, we'll do the letter Y, and we'll do that chain stitching with it. I like using the reverse chain stitch method, but I'll show you both. My tape got all the fuzzles on. Let's just tear it. Okay. We'll just do a cute letter Y over yonder. I'm trying to go farther away from my guys. Let's go right here. Kind of a weird way of transferring a design, but it's working just fine. So in this big area, you wouldn't have to fill it in, but I'm going to fill it in with chain stitches. And then the rest of these I'll do the back stitch. I won't do the split back stitch this time. Let's just do a normal back stitch. So, all right, there's our letter Y. See it perfectly fine. All right, what should we stitch that with? Let's do that in pink too, maybe. I think I have 3 strands left in here. Yeah, I'm going to do it with 3 strands. Needle. Here we go. Ugh, there we go. So 3 strands is my normal way of stitching, so it'll be interesting how different it is from the 1 strand. Okay, so I'm gonna again just do my a way knot over here. All right, I'm gonna just start with the back stitch just to get up to that point there. The nice thing about this pencil is it'll kind of rub off after a little while. Yeah, so for this version it is stitched with 3 strands of embroidery floss. So this isn't 1 strand. I mean, you could do 1 strand. You could do 1 strand for any of the embroideries, but remember, 1 strand of floss is going to make a really thin little line, which, you know, you might want. So in that case, you can do 1 strand. 3 strands is definitely a different feeling. I mean, compared to what we have been stitching, it's pretty big and bulky. All right, so I'm going to go just right up to where it ends up being like the larger space here. Okay, so I'm going to start with a normal chain stitch, and then for this area, I will do kind of the reversed version, which is actually really fun. I like doing it that way. Okay, all right, so I'm going to come up to start. So my plan is to just do kind of like 2 rows. So I'm almost, you can even draw it in, I'm almost just doing a vertical row here and a vertical row here to fill in the gap. And maybe we'll even do, I don't think we'll do, well, I don't know, maybe a 3rd will fit. I think I'll just kind of, or maybe we'll come down and do another row here. And then fill in the gap. I don't know. Let's see. Let's I'm going to start in the same point here at that tip. And then I'm going to make basically a loop with my thread. And then I'm going to go in the back in the exact same hole. But I'm going to come up on the inside of that loop, like a stitch length away there. And I'm kind of actually coming a little bit on the inside of this line because I'm kind of filling in this shape. So here is our first stitch. And don't pull too tight. We want it to look like a nice teardrop shape yet. All right, so I'm making that kind of circular loop here again. We're going in the same spot and then coming up a little further down before, like right in the middle of the loop, before I pull the loop tight. Ooh, we are pretty twisted here. This would have been good to put through our thread conditioner. All right, so there's our second chain stitch, and last up, I think we can get 1 more, and that's probably good. So I'm curving around the shape here. All right, so to make a sharp turn, like I'm going to come back up this way. To make a sharp turn, or to actually stop your stitching, you're going to need to put an anchor stitch in. So otherwise, your loop will come up up like this. We don't want that. We need to tack it down. So I'm going to just put a stitch right on the other side of the loop, just like so, and that will lock it down. So we're locking it down with a little stitch. So there we are. I'm going to fill in the rest of the shape by going up. So I'm going to come up kind of right underneath or right next to that last stitch there. And let's just kind of come up the other side. I think we can do this in probably 2 stitches and it'll be just fine. Making this loop. I'm definitely going to have to get more floss, I'm thinking. Again, I'm just kind of on the inside of the line. Cute. So we got them going in opposite directions, our stitches. Like this one's coming down and these are going up. You could have jumped and started up at the top again if you want them in the same direction, but I actually kind of like them going in opposite directions like this. It's kind of fun. Aw, cute. So there we go. That shape is good and filled, I think. You could do smaller stitches, then it wouldn't be so bloopy. You could do like smaller stitches. You could even do another row if you wanted, like really scrunch them in. If you look, I did 3 big ones on this side and then 2 big ones over here. The original uses just a hair smaller stitches. See, so this one uses just smaller stitches, like the length of them are smaller, so more stitches can fit right in there. And these are going in the same direction as well. So slightly different, but here you go with a little bit bigger stitches. All right, so that's the chain stitch. I'm going to just come down and continue my back stitch here. And next up, I will show you how to do a reverse chain stitch, which I think is kind of a nice, like a less cumbersome way of doing a chain stitch. Oh, Pamela is saying that Harbor Freight has magnifying lamps that you clamp on your desk and they're $40. That's a steal. Okay, so for a reverse chain stitch, we are actually going to start with our tiny, tiny anchor stitch. So that was that stitch that we made at the end. We are going to start it now. So I'm within my shape a little bit. So I'm just making like a teeny tiny stitch right here, but I'm not going to finish the stitch. I'm going to kind of leave it at about there. And I'm going to start like a stitch length away down here. I'm going to start my second stitch. So I'm going to go through that anchor stitch, and I can actually kind of pull it tight now. There we go. And then go back in the same hole. And that is our first reverse chain stitch. So now all I have to do is go another stitch length away. Again, I'm making these kind of large. And now I can just go zoop right underneath that last stitch. I don't have to worry about flipping my thread, making it look at the same arc shape. This is so much easier and faster, I think, this reverse chain stitch. It's just a little, it's not typically how one would learn how to do the chain stitch. But it is so slick. Swoop underneath. The trick is that you start with that anchor stitch instead of ending with that anchor stitch. So I'll probably have to get a little bit more floss to finish this up. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to get more floss before I do too much more of the chain stitch as well. We'll finish this row. I think I'll just do 2 more here. And then I'll get another thread. And then maybe I'll start it from the top again, and you can see what the chain stitch would look like if I did them going in the same direction. versus the opposite directions, which is what I did right there. Oops, dropped my needle. There we go. And then the neat thing with the reverse chain stitch is you don't have to make an anchor stitch at the end. You just go back in the hole and you're done. So there we go. That is the reverse chain stitch. A favorite of mine for sure. We're going to weave in this end, and we will do that second row. I'm going to just leave this other stitch, this other our away knot there for now. We're not going to worry about that. Okay. New thread, please. I've kind of torn apart this floss already. I would have taken better care of not unraveling the floss, but in my head I'm pretty much gonna make a pom-pom out of all this, so I wasn't caring about using it all up or like having it all unraveled or whatever, so I'm not worried about that. All right. Actually, when I'm done here, I might watch some TV and make that pom-pom. That'd be kind of fun. Always losing my needle. I need those needle minders. Didn't really run my hand through there. Okay, so let's weave in the end. Let's start there. And I'll start back at the top and work my way down with this reverse chain stitch again. So we can get the stitches in the same direction, which I think will look kind of pretty. Oh yeah, Sue, definitely give this a try. If you've been doing the chain stitch the other way for a while, I bet you this will just be like, oh, dang, I wish I would have been doing that a whole lot sooner. I've learned about this relatively recently. Like I said, I learned how to do the chain stitch the other direction. So when I discovered this way of doing it, I'm like, oh, this is the best. All right, so I'm going to start my second. I'm going to put them right next to each other instead of like offsetting them like bricks. You could do that. All right, let's grab this. I am going to pull it again. This is that little anchor stitch that I'm starting with. Okay, and that is our first stitch. Okay, I'm thinking now though, this method right now, it's going to be a little bit difficult to swoop my needle underneath here. Maybe I can go the other direction. There, I'm going to start from the middle and go out. Then those other stitches aren't going to get in my way. Because I only want to swoop under the stitch I want it to swoop under. So we're going inside out. Oh, it's looking cute. Getting those thick and thin lines with the type. There's all sorts of different ways you could stitch type. And really, we have 3 different ways here, right? So here we have the thin lines with the back stitch and then thick lines with the chain stitch. Here we just did all the same thickness with that split back stitch. And here we have thread painted or silk shading with the split stitch here. So all sorts of different ways to do basically very, very similar type. So that's kind of fun. Fun to play around. But I think that suggestion from last night was good. You could do your 2 little fellers on here with the silk shading technique, and then the text you could do in like what we're doing now with the chain stitch. That would look super lovely as well. It would give some nice contrast too, so your silk shaded things would even look more silky and pretty. I think we're going to get just one more in here. Kind of like what we did up here. Like the last one is kind of, the line's getting thinner and going to that single back stitch again. So, there we go. That's pretty cute. All right, let's finish up with our back stitch. Now, actually, I like I'm gonna have the back stitch cross over these chain stitches. I think that'll be kind of cute. Oh man, now I want to do something with this Y too. You know what? I should just do a whole pile of letters, like the whole alphabet, with cute little cursive type like this, and then stitch all of them up, and they could each be their own mug. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? I think that would be a fun deal too. And then then we could have the type as like a little sampler embroidery too. Ooh, I like that idea. Would you guys like an embroidery sampler with like maybe different type styles and I don't know, a bunch of different stitches on? I think that could be kind of fun. All right, I'm crossing over the chain stitches with my back stitches, so the back stitches will look like they're in front. Ooh, it's pretty in this pink too. This is a good pink. This is the garden rose color. So cute. Oh man, I want to stitch a whole pile of letters like this. Fun. Alright, there we are. Let's weave in both ends. Ooh, it's cute from the back too. Let's weave in both ends and then we'll take a little closer look. It's a little hard to weave in the end when you're so close to the edge of the, when you're near the hoop like this, but we're doing it. Good enough. Let's snip this piece off. Almost lost the thread. Okay. Fun. I'm really excited about this. All right, so let's take a closer look. Let's just stretch out our thread a little bit more, our fabric a little bit more. All right, so there we are. That's with the chain stitch. So again, this was done with that normal chain stitch going down and then going back up. So that's kind of the look of that. The little teardrops are going in opposite directions. And then here we did the reverse chain stitch, which looks exactly the same. It's the same thing. We're just making it backwards. It's kind of like how we did the stabbing or the split back stitch. It looks exactly like a split stitch. It's just done in the opposite direction. So that's comparable. But this we did them in the same direction. We started at the top and came down with both versus going down and back up. Cute though, I like it. And then again, here are these little fellers. Ugh, I love how that turned out. All right, you guys, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I'm gonna flip you around. All right. I really loved this week. This was so fun to make these guys with you. So here's how small they are. They are tiny, tiny, tiny. Ugh, that Y is so cute though. I want to do a whole alphabet like that. That is so fun. All right. Now I just want to stitch type and do silk shading with my tiny one strand of floss. Ah, fun. All right, you guys, thank you so much again for joining me here tonight. The bundle for this, again, here's the Your Sweet, this is the actual pattern. Obviously, this is flipped again, but there's that pattern and this both come with full instructions on how to do the silk shading. Are in the pattern and the bundle comes with all the floss too, which is nice because you get all those colors mixing really nicely with the silk shading technique. So that bundle and the pattern are available, but just till the end of the month, and that is coming up so soon, you guys. It's crazy. We are into September real soon, and that means a new embroidery of the month. So be sure to check that out, and I will see you next week. Next week we will be working on the Aurifil block of the month. So check that out as well on the Aurifil blog. And we'll be sewing again. So thanks again. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you next week. Good night.